Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, April 12th. My name is Mackenzie Lamore with this Franciscan Beat News Brief. A truck carrying around 40,000 pounds of contaminated soil from the site of a train derailment in Ohio, which saw officials release toxic chemicals into the area to prevent an explosion, overturned on a highway this week, officials said. The commercial vehicle was headed northbound on State Route 165 when it careened off the roadway and overturned onto its side, the Ohio Emergency Management Agency said in a statement, citing the Ohio State Highway Patrol. The incident unfolded Monday in Unity Township, which is based in Youngstown, Ohio, reported. The driver sustained minor injuries in the incident, and around 20,000 pounds of the contaminated soil spilled onto the roadway and berm, the Emergency Management Agency said. The Ohio EPA determined that the spill had been contained and was not considered a threat to nearby waterways, the EPA said. A local fire rescue team and the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency responded to the crash, it said. The driver was cited for operating a vehicle without reasonable control. Consumer prices rose 5% last month compared to a year ago, extending a months-long slowdown of price increases as the Federal Reserve aims to bring inflation down to normal levels without pushing the U.S. into a recession, government data on Wednesday showed. The fresh data showed the lowest year-over-year inflation rate since May of 2021. In February, year-over-year inflation was 6%. The data released on Wednesday marked the 9th consecutive month of smaller price hikes. Prices showed a monthly gain of 0.1%, complicating a smooth downward path to normal price levels. Despite an overall cooling of inflation, price hikes for some grocery store staples remain well above the average rate. The price of flour jumped more than 17% over the past year, while the cost of eggs spiked 36% over that time, government data showed. Since last year, the cost of margarine has leapt 33% and prices for cookies have surged more than 16%. Some prices, however, have fallen over the past year, offering some relief for buyers. Gas prices dropped 17% over the past year, government data showed, while television prices fell 14% over the period. The data release arrives less than a month after the Federal Reserve imposed the latest in an aggressive string of borrowing cost increases despite concern that previous rate increases helped trigger the nation's banking crisis. With an aggressive string of rate hikes last seen in the 1980s, the Fed aims to slash price hikes by slowing the economy and choking off demand. The approach, however, risks tipping the U.S. economy into a recession. And on a lighter note, a church destroyed in France during the Somme has regained its holy crucifix lost in the battle. Plucked from the mud in 1916 by a British reverend, it was brought back to Britain and has proudly sat on the altar of All Saints Church in Tinwell since 1936. The crucifix is due for a return to its rightful home this June after All Saints parishioners discovered the church in Doing-Flamicourt had been rebuilt only a few years after the war's end. A group of 10 churchgoers will set out on a pilgrimage to reunite the crucifix with the church on a 297-mile trip to the village in northern France in what will be the 107th year since the battle. Tinwell resident Catherine McDevitt formed the plan to reunite the lost relic back with its French village after she learned in 2018 that Doing Church was rebuilt in 1925. The trip has taken 4 years to arrange and required special dispensation from the Chancellor of Peterborough Diocese to remove the figure of Christ on the cross from the church. Most parents out there know that it takes at least 15 pairs of shoes for a child to grow from a toddler to a teenager. Fortunately, an Indian entrepreneur from Pune has designed a line of shoes that slowly uncurl as a child ages, intuitively solving the problem and reducing unnecessary manufacturing waste. Called Areto, the shoes were designed by Satyajit Midal and his childhood friend Kritika Lal. Their innovative knitted uppers are designed with all the qualities a parent would want their kids' shoes to have: durability, flexibility, and washability. Podiatrists explained to Midal that children have a broader footprint than adults due to their not having worn shoes for most of their lives like adults. Tens of thousands of nerve endings provide the feedback needed for children to understand how to use the miraculous structure in their feet to walk and run. The shoes are priced between 1,800 rupees and 2,600 rupees, which converts to $22 to $33 USD, and are available internationally as well. And now for the weather. This week, Steubenville has been basking in the sunlight with temperatures in the upper 70s. Today's high is 79 with sunshine all day. Tomorrow will be a high of 82 with clear sunny skies. These sunny skies and temperatures in the upper 70s are expected to continue on into this weekend. Don't forget your sunscreen. That's all for the weather today and this Franciscan Beat News Brief. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.